Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Hi.
When you look at Matthew Stafford and what he's done, he almost had 2,000 yards with Cooper Kupp. He's got
You can't see her outfit, but she's got a. It's not actually her first Vikings game. It's like the third, but it's Christmas.
Well, yeah, well, there was a bye week, so it might just be her second game.
Boom.
She's like, damn, go.
It's Christmas Eve game.
It's the whiteout game, so that's why her hat's the white hat.
Oh, really?
Actually, it's the only Vikings hat we had, but you get it.
Oh man, it's Christmas Eve.
Xmas Eve 2000 plus 2023.
I'm gonna talk like that lady from Fargo.
Oh yeah, sure, you betcha. Don't you know?
Bowen's having a good time. I don't know, there's not a lot going on. There's just, look at me, look at a hot mess. You know I'm gonna buy a Target. I'm gonna go to Target once I get my life together and take a shower and finally, you know I'm gonna buy a Target?
What?
Sweatpants. I'm gonna buy more comfy clothes so I have more than just the 3 that I got in rotation right now.
Oh, she told me I'm not allowed to buy her stuff before the baby came, so that's why she doesn't have more sweatpants now.
Yeah, and I don't regret it. It's fine. I'm about to go buy more stuff right now. But anyways, it's Christmas Eve and I'm gonna leave the house and go to Target and buy some more stuff and try not to smell. That's my goal today is try not to smell. Okay, bye. Hey, it is December 24th. It's Christmas Eve 2023. I'm outside of Target right now. I had to just come and get last minute stuff because I have not done any Christmas shopping. I've done any gift shopping basically. Because Indy was born on the 30th and she was 3 weeks early. My due date was actually the 22nd of December. But then she came early. So I have a whole story about that, about my preeclampsia story and getting induced and all that kind of stuff in a different video. But I have been so out of it the last few weeks since she's come home. I haven't done anything at all leading up to Christmas. Matt has done all his Christmas shopping online, everything like that, and I was just basically surviving the last few weeks. So the day before Christmas, I said I have to come to Target and just get something, at least for Matt, the baby, the dog, and my mom and dad. So I had to get at least those few things. And there's a couple other things I just needed finally to get out, like face wash and body wash and things like that. So I'm at Target, it's about noon. I'm gonna try to get in and out as fast as possible so I can get back home to Matt and the baby. But I also just want to take a little bit of time to just talk about how I'm doing right now and how I'm feeling and kind of some other thoughts I had that I want to capture. Honestly, how I'm doing right now, it's been a lot. Like, my empathy for those who have done this before me has increased 100-fold. And also for folks who've had other types of, like, people who have chronic illnesses, people who have been hospitalized, folks who are single parents, who don't have community. Like, my empathy has grown exponentially for those folks now that I'm going through some of these experiences. And I knew it was gonna be hard. We both knew it was gonna be hard, but just when you actually have to live it, right? You live through the sleep deprivation, you live through the uncertainty of how's the baby doing, you live through kind of the relationship ups and downs. It's just a different feeling when you live through it versus just knowing in your head that it's going to be difficult. For the first solid 10 days after coming home, it was a blur. We were both hot messes. The first 2 weeks, the days just blurred together. Did I know what day it was? Did I know what day of the calendar it was? I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know if I was coming or going. I didn't know last time I had taken a shower or brushed my teeth. Everyone told us this. Everyone who's had a baby before has told us that is what's gonna be. So we knew it in our heads that was what it's gonna be, but having been hospitalized for 4 nights, like, my body didn't even trust sleep. Like, I would start to fall asleep and then my body would jerk awake. Like, I didn't want to go to sleep because of what I had experienced in the hospital. What is life? What is going on? Who am I? What am I doing? The sleep deprivation and then the isolation starting to set in a little bit more concretely. And yeah, so it's been tough. I don't like to complain, and I don't like to say the same complaints over and over. I'm more communicating this stuff so I can explain and remember where I was in this point in my life, and just to take a few notes about kind of some reflection on what that feels like and what I'm going through right now. So that's mainly why I'm doing it, and I feel like this phase of my life, this whole motherhood phase, is another addition to like a bunch of changes that I've gone through in the last like few years, like 3-4 years. What I recognize about myself is that I don't do transition very well. Like I am fine with change, but life transitions. So the last few years I've had a lot of changes that have happened in my life, right? I just got older is what happened. I got older and my life changed in ways that I had wanted it to change. But going through that transition and change, and I'm trying to make a point that I think will make sense. When your life changes completely, unless you're coming from a place where you hated your life and everything about your life was terrible and you're escaping from something, once your whole life changes, I think there should be more space to mourn, if that makes sense, for your former life, and go through the motions, the steps to kind of rediscovering yourself in your new life. When good things happen in your life, people will congratulate you. They will say, you know, wow, that must be so great. You must be so happy, all these things, which is true. All those things can be true, right? And at the same time, I think mourning your former life isn't a bad thing. It was during COVID that we kind of like solidified our relationship. So I was going through the whole COVID stuff, which ignited a whole bunch of change in my professional life at work. And then we moved in together a couple years later. So moving, I had never shared space with someone in that way, with a partner, even with roommates. I wasn't like super close to my roommates that I'm like that connected to their lives, right? So I think having gone from, you know, being completely separate individual person and then experiencing COVID, a tremendous amount of change in my professional life, then getting into a long-term relationship or a more serious relationship, moving in with someone, right? Sharing space with someone. And then also we planned the wedding, right? In 2022, most of 2022, we spent planning the wedding and going through that while also adjusting to now living together. Then we had the wedding, and then we, you know, had a first year of marriage and everything like that. We experienced a miscarriage like a couple months after the wedding. And then most of 2023, I was pregnant, right? And we moved to a new house. So financially, my whole life changed, right? And so all these things are happening in the span of a few years. And they're all positive things, right? So I don't want the message here to be that I'm upset that these things happened or that I regret these things happened. They're all positive things, and they're things that I had wanted and very intentionally chose, right? From work to relationship to family stuff, all that kind of stuff, except for the miscarriage. I didn't choose that, but that is what it is, right? So all these things are happening, and I'm like still trying to figure out like, who am I in this new life, right? Because a few years ago, I was someone completely different. I had, you know, just finished my master's degree. Like I had just leveled up at work, finally felt financially in a good place because I had paid off my loans. I had just got my new car. You know, I had started to see some change in my bank account from saving, like finally saving after I paid off my loans, having savings intact. Having like my social life figured out, like, you know, I had a handful of folks I could connect with. I was taking community ed classes. I had felt like I had mastered one stage of my life, right? Which is why I was able to find a partner, right? This is why I was able to be mad in the first place, because I had done some sort of level of work on myself and got to a place where I felt like really good about my life, and I was so full of joy, and I was lighthearted, and like things were, you know, things weren't perfect, right? But I had felt like I had mastered a level in my life, and I was like, you know, this young, fun, vibrant person who was just like enjoying life, right? Which allowed me to attract someone into my life who I would then want to build into the next phase of my life with, right? Once the next phase of my life began, and now I'm entering into wifedom and motherhood, and taking my life with Matt, like my relationship with Matt, and bringing it to my family. Like you're blending families together, right? it's different. It's different, and I have to relearn who I am, like I said, on all those parts. And it's been tough. It's been a tough transition for me, and I feel like I haven't been the same person that I was in like 2019. And so I guess I'm saying all these things to kind of like to express where I am right now. Like, I'm still learning and growing and developing, and that is very hard to do, but I still feel like there's a benefit to doing it, because I believe I can get to a place where, like, you know, I am now comfortable. I don't know how to explain it. Like, that's life all the time. That's always life. It's never gonna be, once you feel like you've finally mastered a level of phase of life, the next one's gonna come at you, and you kind of start from the beginning. So starting from the beginning was tough for me, and just relearning routine and relearning who I am. That's the number one question that I'm trying to answer right now, is like, who am I in this new position in my life? Like, I'm over here trying to reconcile my values with my morals, with my actions, with my capacity, mental and physical and emotional and financial capacity, and trying to have positive relationships with my family and friends. By the way, like, who are actually my friends. And with Matt and the baby. I kept thinking I was trying to go back to who I was in 2019, and that's just impossible. I have like a kid now, I have a husband, I got a mortgage, like I have so much freaking responsibility at work. I had so many hobbies and projects that I wanted to do, like my channel. I don't even know when this video will ever get posted, right? I had wanted to do my channels, my 2 channels, my family archive project. I wanted to start a nonprofit. I wanted to do a museum exhibit. I wanted to record and do history archives of Igbo people in Minnesota. Like, I want to do Poshmark and get side hustles, change careers, learn how to code, like do my hair. But those things felt like so much of who I was, and like how all those things I thought made me who I am are no longer easily accessible. And so I'm still trying to figure out, like, okay, so who am I now? I mean, now I'm sitting outside Target trying to walk up in there and buy sweatpants and Christmas gifts and deodorant and try not to smell. Like, that's what I'm doing in my life right now. Does anybody know, is what I'm saying making sense to anybody out there? Does anyone relate? I guess, long story short, what I'm trying to say is that I wish someone had told me it's okay to mourn your former life. It's okay to mourn the fact that you are no longer who you used to be, right? While also being happy and joyful and looking forward to your future. And that it will feel hard, it will feel difficult, relearning who you are, worth the effort, but it's okay not to be like full of joy every second of every day. And there's seasons, right? There's seasons in life. And that life is always constant change and transition. So learning to roll with it, and knowing that'll be difficult, but worth it, is what I should focus on, right? I don't know. I gotta go buy stuff. Okay, bye. We're trying to take our first Christmas photo here and corral baby and dog to cooperate. Indy, say hi. Say hi to the video. Hi. You know, of course, as first-time parents, we had to do our Christmas outfit. We had to be those people.
Matchy, on point.
You know, they didn't have a full set left, so I took one set and split it in 2 and gave him the shirt, and I took the pants, and then Indy got her own outfit, and then Bowden got a small dog outfit that we just put around his neck, basically. So, you know, we did what we could. This is Indy's first Christmas. I don't know about you if you're sweating.
Yeah, it's hot outside, and we had the fireplace going just for pictures, and it was hot.
I'm sweating. We got a couple pictures of Indy.
Look how photogenic he is now. He's out.
Yeah.
He's hot too.
Bowden is like, why is it so hot? Matt's sister and them are coming over in a little bit. We'll meet Grandma Keziah.
Great Grandma Keziah.
And
Mama.
Yeah.
You too.
As you can see, Indy is riveted by opening her presents.
And she can't get enough.
Dun, dun. Wow! Wow! Straight to the cave. He takes it straight to his den. Mm-hmm.
Bite it. Bite it. There you go.
It's hard without thumbs, you know? Oh man. Oh man. Okay, ready? Go.
Smile. That's perfect.